And a good Saturday morning. Glad to be with you in the garden with Earl May Garden Centers on KFOR FM 101.5, 1240 AM, online at kfornow.com. You want to get in on the show? It's real easy. Just give us a call. 402-489-1240. If you have a question for the experts from Earl May, we are here for the next half hour to help you out. 402-489-1240. Jessica, Laurel in studio as they are every Saturday coming in from the Earl May Centers. And boy, I tell you, pulling you guys away from the store must be like dragging someone just climbing. No, don't let me go. I got too much to do.
Exactly.
We are busy.
You are probably just so busy this time of year because of everything going on at both of the centers here in Lincoln. What has been coming in? Because I know it's basically like been truck season for both of you for the last couple of weeks.
We've gotten a lot.
Yeah.
Shrubs. All perennials are coming in now steadily. So the flowers, a lot of flowers. We have tons of herbs. Some tomatoes and peppers.
Yep. Veggie plants. We got annuals galore.
I was going to say, I bet a lot of people are thinking about planting annuals this weekend because we're going to be in the 80s today and tomorrow.
We are. It's going to be great.
It's insane.
Yeah.
We're spring, right? We're supposed to spring? Spring,
Well, we're going to spring right back to a couple of overnights that are going to be a little bit chilly. So if you have things sticking up, you may want to watch those. But yeah, the 10-day looks pretty warm.
Yeah, I see Thursday night, maybe mid-30s overnight, but that's okay.
And it's really, I think it's going to be closer to those morning hours and a little bit of a breeze. We shouldn't get too rough of a frost,
Right.
I don't think.
Yeah.
So most things should be okay. Get your radishes in if they haven't already. We could do that. What else?
Yep. Lettuce, beets, peas.
There you go. All your cold crops.
I'm getting landscaping done this weekend. Putting
Yeah, we can finally
some
clean out
mulch.
beds. I've seen bees out.
Yes.
So
Yep, so I'm getting all that cleaned out. My peonies are a good foot out of the ground, lilies, and everything is about a good foot. I'm like, you know what? I need to get this, because I haven't done anything with the house I moved into. It's like, I need to get the edging in. I need to get some mulch down. I need to just take care of all this. So that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be sweating this weekend, because it's going to be in the 80s.
Yes.
No,
Get started early.
Couldn't be sunny in 75. It had to be sunny in 85. But it's a great time to start getting some stuff going. I think one thing that we haven't mentioned too much, we mentioned it last week when I asked about should we mow. Yeah, if your grass is tall, mow it. I did that as well. But water.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we had a nice rainstorm about a weekish or so ago.
Yeah.
And we got some more rain coming this week.
Yeah.
Who knows how much? We'll see. But, boy, I tell you, it's been dry. We just have not had consistent help from Mother Nature.
And the wind has been brutal.
Yeah.
So it's dried everything out.
So make sure you are watering, because that is a need. That is a definite need right now. Your grass, your flower beds, whatever it is, make sure they have a good drink. 402-489-1240. That is the number to join us in the garden. Let's jump to the phones. Hi, KFOR. You're in the garden. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Mike.
Hey, Mike. How can we help you today?
Can I go ahead and prune back my burning bush now?
Prune back the burning bush.
Yes, you can.
All right.
Yeah.
Looks like you got a project.
I think we're good now.
There we go. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Mike. 402-489-1240. Admittedly, that some people might think, why? That seems like a question anyone should know. That this year, like last year, has been so weird with timing of things.
Yes.
It's been really weird. Like the normal time we do things has been thrown out the window because of how warm, how dry it's been. Like we're seeing things happen that usually don't happen at this time.
Exactly.
So we're doing things that we usually don't do during this time of year because Mother Nature's dictating it. So if you have questions like that, it's not silly. It's important. Give us a call, 402-489-1240. Other things that are in the stores, herbs.
Herbs and more herbs.
More and more herbs.
A lot of herbs. A lot of fun, different, new.
Yes.
New to me herbs.
Yes.
Like
well,
what?
not
What?
your typicals.
Yeah.
Not just, we do have all of the basics, rosemary,
Right.
oregano, basil.
Thyme,
But we have,
parsley, that kind of stuff, yeah.
excuse me, we have, maybe 5 different types of basil. So we have a cute little boxwood basil. Looks like a little boxwood tree.
It does.
Some pretty purples.
Uh-huh.
Mint, some new varieties of mint.
Yeah.
We got a lot in. What did you guys get in
The
South
one
Store?
one that we got in that was a strawberry mint.
Yes.
You know, so there's spearmint, peppermint, chocolate mint, but there's a strawberry mint that smells like strawberries. It's I don't know how
It's
it
delicious.
works. But
Have you sampled a leaf?
Absolutely. How would I be able to tell you if I did?
Exactly. See, that's got to be the fun part of the job is you get stuff in like that, and you're like, I wonder what this one tastes like, and you just take a leaf off and give it a little chew, and that's what that tastes like. So strawberry mint.
Strawberry, yeah.
And does it have a hint, like a flavor of strawberry as well?
It does.
It's strong. I think it's
strong. The
strong.
scent may trick you as well. You know, it does taste minty, but the scent, you smell the strawberry
and that-
as you taste the mint.
So that kind of tricks your taste buds a little bit.
Pineapple, orange, and chocolate.
Yes.
So
Those are different mints?
And
Yes.
apple. There's an apple mint.
Is it
too.
apple mint?
Yeah.
I haven't
and
seen
it
the
does
apple
have
one.
How do they do this? Like,
That's a good
that's
question.
that's fascinating.
That is an excellent question. If anyone knows, please tell us.
How do you grow mint to taste like other things and mint? Because that just takes a lot of work out of things. Like, I want to have chocolate and mint. No, just have this. Have this mint. It tastes like chocolate and mint. You know, you're done. That's really cool. So you can find that at Earl May. You can find different varieties of a bunch of different herbs. You know, this time of year, I think a lot of people are getting ready, you know, the warm weather's tricking us a bit, but thinking tomatoes.
Yeah.
And is this, we're in mid-April here, is this a good time to be putting tomatoes into the ground? Or should we wait a week or two?
The ground is warm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The ground is warm, and I mean it's.
Well, and many of us got really excited at the beginning, at the end of winter, beginning of a hint of spring. And a lot of people have already started their plants and they're ready. You've got to get them in the ground. So
I say think
go for it.
Do it. You know, get your hot caps, your milk jugs, or whatever you do to cover them.
Be
your
ready
wall
for those
waters
cooler nights.
But yeah,
or harden off if you've started inside. Yeah, take them out now. So
I think so.
Oh, man.
peppers. Would you do
yeah.
peppers now? Yes.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Make sure you're prepared for those low
We
nights.
do have a few of the hotties too, the hot peppers and
Yes.
sweet peppers in.
Yep.
Now, we're looking at temperatures being in the 50s by the end of the week. We're still okay with all of that. I mean, like you said, protection for the overnights, just to make sure that, you know, if
Right.
it does
We
dip a
just-
little too cold.
Yeah, the nighttime lows we want to be above 45 on those. Otherwise, make sure they're covered.
And for the most part, I mean, that's kind of what we're looking at for most of the, I mean, geez, Monday night, a low of 60.
Wow.
What?
Are you sure that's
I'm
good?
just the middleman. I'm just reading the forecast. That's all I'm doing. 402-489-1240. Back into the phones before we take our first break. Hi, KFOR. You're in the garden. Who's this?
Hey, it's John.
Hey, John. How can we help you?
I was just wondering, I know that you guys have like a landscaping crew.
Mhm.
I was just wondering how much it would cost to have like maybe an elevated box garden built, or maybe even like a greenhouse. Like how much would it cost to have maybe something? Like, is there a way to look up prices on that?
Well, that is something that our crews do not do. We don't do building construction.
Okay.
But they'll do like actual
we'll
landscaping.
do like build berms and plant trees and put in edging, that sort of stuff. But we do not build greenhouses. You know, that's a niche that's
Probably unserviced.
yeah in this area for Nebraska. I know there's companies in Iowa that come out and build big greenhouses, but that is a niche that is missing here.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering, just trying to keep all the birds and the rabbits out of the garden.
Yeah,
Yes,
I don't blame you. And if you find the magic trick, you call and let us know. Well, John, thank you so much. Sorry we couldn't help you with your specific issue, but maybe some Googling. There might be a company nearby or in southeast Nebraska that might be able to help.
We do have small raised beds, but nothing on a
grander scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much for the phone call, John. Appreciate it. 402-489-1240. We got to take our first break in the show. We'll be back with more coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere. Back on the show, In the Garden, with Earl May Garden Centers on KFOR FM 101.5, 1240 AM, and online, KFORnow.com. You can find the Earl May Centers here in Lincoln, South 48th, the Nebraska Parkway, and just east of 70th and O. If you're looking at doing some work this weekend and need to pick up some supplies, some plants, some whatever it might be to help your job this weekend and for this year, head on out to the centers this weekend and get started. But for now, during this show, we're here to help you out at 402-489-1240. Let's jump to the phones and help some more of the wonderful listeners of the program. Hi, KFOR. You're in the garden. Who's this?
This is Kim.
Hi, Kim. How can we help?
I have two beautiful hydrangea plants from Easter. Is it okay to plant those now, and where should I plant them?
Were they blooming when you got them?
Yes.
Okay, so those are not a hardy hydrangea for our area. It's a nice, beautiful florist hydrangea. So, I mean, you can keep them in a pot, or you can plant them in the ground and enjoy them for this year. But they
will not survive the
come
winter.
back next spring.
Okay, all right. And if I put them in the yard now, it doesn't really matter because they're not going to be on this year anyway.
Like I would say, morning sun, afternoon shade would be a good place to plant them, and they'll keep blooming throughout the summer. Just really push the fertilizer on them to keep them blooming.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you much.
Well, thank you so much, Kim. 402-489-1240. See, I didn't know there were
I didn't either.
hydrangeas. How did she get this then?
Well, at Easter time, like the floral shops will get in a lot of these big pink and blue blooming hydrangeas.
Oh, sure.
But they're just not quite hardy for our area. They're
Just so close.
just so close, but
Like a zone 7.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We have ones that look like it that are hardy here, but the ones that they force for that, they're not the same.
all right. We got a lot of phone calls to get through, and boy, do we love taking those phone calls. So let's get to it at 402-489-1240. Hi, KFOR. You're in the garden. Who's this?
My name is Carol.
Hi, Carol. How can we help you today?
Well, I have a question for the girls.
Yeah.
We live in a home that's like 107 years old, and just north of our home, between the house and a detached garage, is I think it's a red cedar tree that is probably 107 plus years old. This past winter, it has lost a lot of the very ends of the branches that are like, 4 or 5 inches long. I know this tree, I think it's a red cedar. It has little tiny blueberry things on it, or seeds.
Okay, then
The
yeah.
birds love to eat those. Is the fact that so many of those little tiny branches have come down this winter, is it due to bird damage when the birds are eating the little seeds, or do you think the tree is kind of at the end of its life?
Well, my first thought is that it could be from the drought.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
Just give it a drink and maybe.
Yeah, because it's well established.
Right,
we know
right.
that.
Are
But-
you seeing any other damage or any other signs of the cedar having issues, or is it just
No, not that I have noticed. No, it has this bark strips that go up and down the tree, and there have
those are
been over
normal.
the years 1 or 2 of those have come off and fallen off.
yeah?
But I just don't know if if the tree is kind of coming to the end of its life. There was a partner on the same type of tree on the south side of our house. Well, that just came crashing down about 4 or 5 years ago. But the one between the house and the garage on the north side of our house, it seems to be fine when you look at it. But I'm just wondering.
Yeah, my first thought is that it probably is struggling just with the drought, because it is such a mature and established tree.
Yeah.
Like, to think to water it is just, you don't think
You don't
that.
think about that,
No,
yeah.
it
Takes care of itself.
Right.
Yeah, I
But-
know the grass underneath the tree has basically just disappeared
Yeah. Oh,
because
yeah.
of the drought, I think.
Yeah.
So perhaps it's the fact that it just needs a big drink or something, huh?
Yeah,
It
gi-
will
Could
help
be.
it, yeah.
Yeah, give it a little love over the course of a few weeks. Just kind of, when you're watering everything else, just make sure you give it the hose a few times just to let that kind of soak into the ground, and then keep an eye on it.
Yeah, keep
Yeah,
an eye,
well,
watch
I-
for pests or any blackening or spots.
Yeah.
And-
And watch and see if it puts new growth on.
Yeah.
That'll be your indicator.
Even a tree that old will put on new growth?
Oh,
it
yeah.
should each year come
Yep.
back.
Oh,
Yep.
really? Oh, okay. So is this a red cedar then with those little tiny blue berries?
I would agree with that.
Sounds like
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll see if I can get some more water to it. Okay,
All right.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Carol. Appreciate the phone call. 402-489-1240. Let's jump to our next phone. Hi, KFOR. You're in the garden. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
Hi. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
I have a couple of questions. Is it too soon? Now, I heard you talking about the weather, and I would like to move out my tropical hibiscus and my asparagus ferns outside.
Asparagus ferns, I say go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tropical hibiscus, just watch those nighttime temps. If we're going to be below 45 degrees, you might want to bring it back in or cover it.
Yeah,
Or
and I
cover it.
treat mine like geraniums. I get it used to the being outside first. So
Okay.
outside during the day for the first couple of days and bring it in at night. And then,
Right.
yeah, it's a little bit of a process, but it's worth it. They're beautiful.
Okay. Yes, it survived the winter, so
Exactly.
I want to be nice to it.
It's tough.
My second question is, I have read that with Russian sage, you're supposed to cut it to the ground in early spring.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it keeps a nicer shape.
Okay.
And doesn't
okay, because it's
get that-
starting to get some green on it now, so I should go ahead and just trim it all the way down to the ground.
Yeah. Yep, you're safe to do that.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much. I appreciate the help.
Absolutely, Tommy. Thank you so much for calling in. 402-489-1240 is the number. We got to take another break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up with this week's show. More in a moment. Final segment of this week's show, In the Garden, with Earl May Garden Centers on KFOR, FM 101.5, 1240 AM, online, KFORnow.com. I'm Chris Goforth with Jessica and Laurel from the Earl May Centers here in Lincoln. Find them South 48th and Nebraska Parkway, just east of 70th and O. And this is a good weekend to get into the stores. A few different sales going on. We want to make sure we hit the business side of things real quick. First off, the pottery sale is going on. Now, this is... You rattled this off last week like it was just no big deal. What remind people what the pottery sale is?
It is 30% off outdoor ceramic glazed pottery. So pretty much everything that you see outside around the store, in the pottery islands or pottery displays, most everything that you see is going to be on sale, 30% off.
And that goes till Wednesday, the 17th.
Till Wednesday the 17th.
All right,
correct.
so if you want to get out this weekend and take a look and get a couple of things, that's the weekend to do it. Still a little bit more time on the tree planting, free tree planting.
Yes.
From Earl May.
The 21st.
Through the 21st. So come out if you're looking at getting a new tree in the yard. And admittedly, I get it. You don't want to have to dig that big hole because you need to dig a big hole for a tree. It's not like an annual here, you know.
Yes.
You're getting the shovel and
Yeah.
you're moving some dirt.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do that, this is a great time to go and get that tree at
Right.
Earl May because they'll do it for you.
Yes.
You tell them where you want it, they'll dig it. The dirt, do they take the dirt? Do they put the dirt somewhere else? What do they do with the dirt?
Oh, all the dirt goes back in the hole.
Goes back in the hole. Okay.
All right, there's a little bit.
There's
that
a little
comes,
left.
A little bit that
you're,
goes back.
You're putting a thing in there, so there's got to be some displacement here.
A little bit, but you want it
But you
mounded
build-
anyway,
yeah,
so you can run the water.
They'll build a moat around
Ah.
it. So yeah.
See, and
kind
those are
of a
the
donut.
and those are the things that I think a lot of people as homeowners we don't think about. Like, okay, I'm just going to dig a hole, I'm going to put it in, I'm going to cover it up, and yeah, I'm done. But no, there's some nice little sciencey things you can do to help
Yeah.
with water retention and
Yes.
everything else. So
And speaking of water retention, and let's talk water gas lines, don't just go digging around.
Yes.
That is a process that requires a call to
Diggers
the
Hotline, 811.
Diggers Hotline, exactly.
yes, please call and
Please
actually call them before you go get your tree.
You
Because
can, or we will do that for you.
oh, you'll do it?
We will.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of our service.
Right.
Oh,
We
see.
We're
You'll
digging
have
the
to
hole.
mark it. You take your flag and go mark where you want it, but we'll call and have
You'll
the
call and-
services come out and do that for you.
Excellent. So they'll take
take
care of
care of all
everything.
that.
Again, that's free until the 21st. And then there's another one, a bulb sale.
Yeah.
What's that one?
So we have our summer package bulbs, like our canna bulbs, our dahlias,
Gladiolas, lilies.
Lilies. Yep, those are all buy two get one free. right now.
Yeah, elephant ear is included in that. So if you're thinking you want to have a big, beautiful elephant ear this summer, come get the bulb on sale now.
Now, remind
That's a
people
great idea.
what the elephant ear plant is.
Oh, it's the big, beautiful tropical leaves that are as big as your head. And
Or
then
bigger.
some, half
As
of
big
a
as
small
your
child.
Yes. Yes.
So you see them at sunken gardens. You see them in the beautiful tropical displays at conservatories, zoos. Lawrence Gardens has them. All of, I think, the nurseries have the big trees growing. So these are an opportunity to get them on sale. They're typically pretty expensive, but they're absolutely gorgeous.
Are those something that will come back year after year, or is it a once a year type of deal?
It's a bulb that you can dig at the end of the season.
So you dig it
and
out
store it and keep it year to year, and each year it gets bigger and bigger,
And
and the leaves get bigger and bigger.
yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Yes,
Well,
they're a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
so again, that's buy two get one free.
Correct.
Yes.
So if you're looking at heck, get 3 elephant ears.
There you go. You'll have a tropical paradise.
You have a tropical
right on your
paradise
patio.
right there. What
Put
kind
out
of
the kiddie pool and call it good.
are those? Like since they're tropical, are they a full sun type of deal or?
They don't like the bright light. We'll show you exactly what the lighting conditions and watering conditions for if you have questions on that. But they do like a little bit of shade in the hot afternoon.
Sure.
So
we got a hot afternoons, that's for sure.
Yes, we
Here in
do.
Nebraska, we get plenty of those. So check that out. A lot of great things, and of course, there's probably just still more things just showing up every day.
oh yeah.
Shrubs are still coming in. Most of the perennials. I mean, there's probably still trucks coming in.
Strawberry plants and rhubarb.
Oh, there you go.
been-
Yes.
Blueberries,
yes.
raspberries, blackberries, gooseberries.
We got them all.
Wow.
Yes.
So come see us.
One thing I got one year, I can't even remember where I got it, but it was a strawberry hanging basket.
Yes. Yeah.
That thing was so cool. That was
That's neat.
that was like the best way to grow a strawberry for me. Just
Yeah.
hang it on a shepherd's hook and
Let it go.
Let it go.
Wow.
So, if you're thinking about growing strawberries, put it in a hanging basket.
There you go. We've got
That would
those
work
for you
clever.
too.
Great way to do that. Everyone, always appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in the garden right here on KFOR. Jessica, Laurel, thank you for your time and your expertise.
Thank you,
Thank
Chris.
you.
We'll do it again next week here on KFOR in the garden with Earl May Garden Centers on KFOR Lincoln. Have a great weekend, everyone.